Hi everybody, it's Anita, Art from the Heart at Facebook. So there you go, now you know where I am. I'll put my little card up here for you to see closer. I'm pretty new at this, but I'm trying the best I can, so here we go. This journal is called My Life. And I'm going to try to blow this up and maybe I can put it down further. There we go. Maybe that'll be better. And anyway, I was walking last week and I was I don't know, I sometimes pray when I walk, and this was early one morning, and as I was walking, I really felt a nudge from the Lord to tell me exactly how to create a journal. And even though it says my life, I truly believe this is meant for someone else. So, as you see, there's a nice flower on the front. Behind it is, it's kind of like a cheesecloth. And the book plate is My Life. And it's on top of corrugated cardboard. It's layered with more cheesecloth of sorts. The book plate itself, the shape, and My Life, which has been stained a little bit. Yes, it's made out of rusted fabric. I'll tell you in a minute what this circle signifies. It has a tie, and the spine is tied in. It's stitched all the way around. It's a soft, squishy journal cover. And now I'll tell you a little bit more about it. Let's open it up. And let's get into it. I'm gonna have to see if my husband can help me create something a little better to film with. This is a little difficult, but it's working for now. So here is the story about the journal. You will also not just see the flower, the cheesecloth, and all I already mentioned, but you will see a rusted nail and a brown tie coming down. I'll tell you in a few minutes what the nail represents. You'll also see a circle, which is a circle of life. Thus, the journal is called My Life, and that's the significance. I'd never rusted fabric before, but I was inspired to do it, and I believe it was Sagita, I believe, that I saw use rusted fabric. The journal consists of 17 pages, so front and back, that would be 34. And let's just dig right into it. It kind of goes from tough moments to a really awesome ending. And I'm sure everybody's had those times in their life. That's why I felt led to create it. I know I have. So you'll hear a little bit of my life story. You can see all the rust and all the stitching. I kind of used stitching that kind of reminded me the ups and downs of life with a bit of a rusted look. I just really was led to do it that way, and it seemed to work out just fine. There's a little pocket here. Actually, there's two, and I'm still praying about what to stick in there. I haven't quite decided, but there will be some things in there. And hiding under here, let me get it out. Bring it up, is a little quote, and it says, "Do not go where the path may lead, go instead where there is no path and you leave a trail." Ralph Waldo Emerson. And then it gets tucked back in, and I feel like you're to decide, whoever gets this, maybe what you want right here. But again, before this gets mailed or sold, the Lord may direct me accordingly. You can see the stains here. I love the way this turned out and the dark edging. So here we go. Faith, hope, and love. I love that Bible verse. And that's what gets us through life, is faith, hope, and love. And it is a tag you can journal on the front and the back. Here's a little heart to remind us how much God loves us, and we're loved by family, friends, and whomever the Lord brings into our life. I used a bit of a tie, colorful tie here to coordinate with the colors of the little journaling card. Here is another page where you can see that tie, red paper clip, and it's to remind us, no matter what life brings us, all these little spots that are part of our journey, you've got this. And I was reminded I've got this too. I love using paper towels. I love the texture in my journals. And I am so sorry. I know I am not staying in frame. Wow. So let's try again. Eventually, I will get this, I promise. So let's flip the page that is also stitched and made into a pocket. Here's another card, and it says, "In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity." Albert Einstein. And you can even write on the back, lots more space to tuck things in. And this one may be a bit hard to figure out, but I'm just going to tell you what it is. And you'd have to look at it a little closer in person to see. But see all of this? Up and down, I won't actually take it off. Those are scars in life. And that's the purpose of the nail. You know, if we think about when Jesus was nailed on the cross, we know that until he was healed, which he's the perfect healer, his hands were pierced. And I've been through times where I have felt a piercing in my life. I won't get into the details because it would serve no glory whatsoever, but that's part of how God has made me strong. And this says, never give up. If I had given up, I would have been in real trouble. Let's flip the page. More journaling space on this card, on the back of the card. And this says, I'm going to blow this up again. Sorry, guys. Whoops, wrong way. Whoopsie doodles. Trust in the Lord with all of your heart. And I love totally doing that daily. And the little heart is just colored in with a little pencil, because I love using colored pencils in my journals, which you'll see all the way through. More journaling space. Another card that you can journal on the back, or even write something on the front if you would like. And that's to remind me the scars go from scars to maybe a cloud that's still hanging over you. You could color that in dark if you wanted. It would be totally up to you. But this little word that I love, and I also kind of color around it, says just keep going. And that's what we have to do for sure, is just keep going. Another journaling card. Coffee stained, more space underneath. And it says, believe in yourself. Hope you all can see that. And here is another paper towel that has been dyed and stitched to bring a little bit of sunshine that's coming up. Another pocket. Take out the card. Don't lose your present to your past. So true. We don't want to lose our present to our past because God's going to take us somewhere and we don't need to look at the past. Another place to do lots of journaling on that page. And this says, fill in the blanks. And I did a lot of hand drawing in here because I felt I was supposed to. So I would suggest you list 1, 2, 3 things that you might be dealing with that you can trust God for, because guess what? Hope is the anchor of the soul. And indeed, it is the anchor of the soul. And in my times, it was hope that got me through everything. I also did kind of a rusty tie here. So it kind of went with the rust on the front and the book plate. So there you go. With God, all things are possible. Another journaling card and more space below to tuck your secrets in. More coffee dyed paper towel. Oh, I just love texture. I always have. And another little card to remind us there is no benefit in worrying whatsoever. I was taught that lesson a long time ago by friends of mine when I taught school. It's kind of a cute story. Maybe sometime I'll get to tell it. Heal. We need to always pray for healing. So if you've been through a life journey where you've been scarred, you started to heal, but you still felt the clouds, ask God to heal you, because guess what? He will. Here's a little bit of fun little place to journal on. A little side tuck on both sides. Here's more. Whoopsie doodle, the corner got a little squished. We'll have to fix that. Another journaling card, and this kind of reminds me of a path that we're going to be led to. So I wasn't really led to put anything on that. More space on the back. Little puddles in our life that we get to jump over. Sometimes it's even fun to jump over a puddle. Let's see what this one says. Defeat may serve as well as victory to shake the soul and let the glory out. Edwin Markham. That's really true. Think about that one. And if we come to the cross, we're never defeated. And on the back is journaling space and another another paper to journal on. This is a fold up. And see, we're getting through that pond. And inside you can write, and underneath also. And look, I love the torn look here because sometimes that's how we feel. Have faith in yourself and in the future, Ted Kennedy. Again, that's what we have to do as we walk through life, our ups and our downs. More space. And here we are at the middle. Now you're in for a surprise. Are you ready? Oh, look. This was a scar. And it got stitched up and it's ready to be healed. And here's the binding right here. Wasn't led to tie anything on the bottom. I feel like it was just supposed to be plain this time, but if you are, you can always do that. Yeah, I even like to feel this. I'm one of these all my senses are active all the time. And here's the other side. Kind of powerful, huh? More journaling space. Ta-da! Another card of encouragement. The greatest act of faith some days is simply to get up and face another day. How many of us have done that? I'm sure we all have, especially in these COVID times. Well, guess what, you all? The clouds have turned into raindrops. I actually see that as God's grace starting to rain down on us. And again, you'll see in a lot of these little journaling cards, I've done the drawing because that's what I was led to do. And the edge of that is a little blue as we move forward. Here we go. Find out who you are and do it on purpose. Dolly Parton. Isn't that true? We need to really find who we are and then move forward with a purpose. Tuck it back in. And there's place for little more things to be hidden under here. This is my favorite thing in my life I do, and I do it every morning. Pray. Yes, it's awesome to pray. And a little ruffle at the bottom, space underneath, a journaling space on the back. A cute little bow clip to go with the yellow here and to make us happy. And as we move forward to happiness, let your light so shine. Does anybody remember the song, Hide It Under a Bushel? No. Let your light shine. I always loved that as a kid. Here we go. Another one. Never regret anything that made you smile. Think back to all those things that made you smile in your life. That's so important. In fact, what do you see? A smile. And if you look close, every little sticker has a little drawing around it. And here's the sunshine, because guess what? God's bringing the sunshine. Space on the back, of course, and on the page underneath. You've got that figured out by now. Be positive. Indeed, be positive. Here we go. You can open it up and journal inside. Here's another little paper ruffle because I love them. More space, another card. But know somehow that only when it is dark enough, you then can see the stars. Yes, sirree. I love seeing the stars. It helps us know and remember that God indeed is an awesome creator. I think I said that was Martin Luther King Jr., but I'm not sure. So there you go, if I forgot. Sorry about that. And ta-da! A rainbow, which is God's promises just for us. And it says, it's going to be a brilliant day. And I love the colors, the rainbow colors and the little bow clip. Isn't that fun? You'll see more on the back when we get to it here. May every day be a celebration of the heart. And you know what all's on this page? Journaling space and more journaling space. And last but not least, God's made our hearts whole. Look at that. And here's a little reminder. And it says, let your light shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Yes, we should. Overcome the notion that you must be regular. It robs you of the chance to be extraordinary. Think about that one. And the person that wrote the quote is, I have to look at it real close here. Sorry, I have to take it out. Utu Hagen. Tuck it back in. Whoopsie doodles. And joy. And when I think of the word joy, I think of Jesus, others, and you. And I wish you so much joy if you're the one that ends up purchasing this book or gifting it to a friend, keeping it for yourself or whatever. If you dream it, you can do it. I love that quote from Walt Disney. And here, this kind of matches too. I love it, love it, love it. And make it happen. And to make it happen, we're the ones that have to do that, to make it happen. And now we are at the end. And in the end, there's a journaling card. I love the colors that go with everything on this little page. And this is to wish you happy everything on the journey in your life, no matter where you've been and where you're going. I'm so excited. I pray for whomever might get this, that God would give you lots of grace, whether it's a gift again or whether it's for you. And there's 2 little pockets here as we end too. There's another one that things can be tucked in, more stitching, lots of rust, soft cover. Let's close it up. I wish you could hear the crinkles. Maybe you can't. I love that. Tie it up. Add anything to it you would like. And remember the circle of life. Here we go. Well, thanks for hanging with me. I know this was way longer than I'd hoped for, but I just felt it was important to share this. And the prayer that went into it and the reason I created it for someone's life. God bless you all on your journey, and it was fun and a blessing to hang out with you today. Have a good rest of the day. Bye for now. Love you all.